Hello, everyone. We're going to dive into the Module 3 study guide right here. So basically, hey, what function can be used to solve this by graphing? Well, we could probably just move everything to the left side. So if I minus 2x squared and then I add 2 to both sides, then I'm going to have the following. And, or f of x, I get, which one is that? Well, that should be this one right here. Minus 2x squared minus x, yeah, it's this one right here. The graph is shown. How many real solutions does it have? Well, I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, which makes sense because it's a fourth degree. And it could have. Is it going to have it? I don't know. But in this one, it's going to have 4. And we're done. All right, let's go on to the next one. So a jewelry box is going to be made, and they want to increase it. So they're asking, hey, what can we do? All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to basically have to solve for it. So I'm going to hold up for a second. On this one, we're actually going to not round. We're going to actually just want to put it into this format, AX standard form. So AX squared cubed plus BX squared plus CX plus D. So we're going to get this. They say, hey, if it's doubled, what is the answer? So basically, we can figure out, hey, it's 3 plus x. It's going to be 4 plus x. And then we're going to have 2 plus x. They're increasing each side by x inches. And they're saying, hey, what if the volume doubles? Well, if I multiply this out, 3 times 4 is 12, times 2 is 24. Well, my volume is going to be 48. So now, if I solve this, I'm going to eventually get the following. I should get, so I get this formula right here, but I'm going to solve for 0, so I get minus 48 on both sides, minus 24. So I want you to stop it at here, and we could solve it, but not at the moment. At the moment, leave it at this. Now, we could probably graph this and figure it out, but we're not going to do that right now. Let's go on to the next one. Question 5, open response. They're saying, hey, if these are equal to each other, what are the possible values for x? Well, if I make them equal to each other, I get the following. So I'm going to move them all to one side. So I get this function, or not this function, this equation. And if I simplify this, I would get 0, and then I would have this x squared, or not 0. I'd find a 0 because it's x. And I'd have x squared minus 8x minus 9. And so what I would need to have, I'd have to have x minus 9, and then I'd have x plus 1 if I was to factor it using the AC method. And so the answer choices would be 0, 9, or negative 1. Well, we can't have negative 1 units. We can't have something that's 0. So the only answer choice is 9. Let's go on. So multi-select. So select all that apply. It says find the solutions of this, select all that apply. All right, cool. So I'm going to say, hey, let b equals x squared. So now I could solve this and say, hey, look, I have b squared minus b minus 2 is equal to 0. All right? Well, then if I do the factor tree here, I know I'm going to have negative 2 and I want negative 1. So negative 2 times positive 1. So I have b minus 2 times b plus 1 is equal to 0. Well, hold on a second. I'm not solving for b, I'm solving for x squared. So now I'm going to substitute back in and say x squared minus 2 and x squared plus 1. So if I were to solve it, and that's a big if right now, I know that I would have x squared is equal to 2, and I have x squared is equal to negative 1. Without factoring anything, I know I'm going to have plus or minus the square root of 2, And the square root of a negative number is I. So I'm going to have these two be my answers. Nothing else will work. So let's go on. It says Evelyn is making two rectangular tabletops. The dimensions are shown. If the both designs have the same area, what is the value of x? Okay, so basically it's saying, hey, look, you got this, and it's equal to this one. Solve for x. Well, if we have to solve for x, I'm gonna want to actually multiply it out. So this one's pretty simple. I'm just gonna multiply that. But this other one, I'm gonna be like, let me show some work so I can get it right. X minus 2 and 2x, and that should be a positive 3 right there. So if I multiply it all out, I should have the following. So x squared plus 4x has to equal 2x squared minus x minus 6, because I combine 3x and minus 4x. Well, wait a second here. What if I move everything to the other side and I get 0? Well, I have 0 is equal to x squared minus 5x minus 6. Well, bringing it back, I'm going to get the following. I know I want negative 6, and I know I have negative 5, so I have to have negative 6 and positive 1. So x minus 6 times x plus 1. In order to make this work, I have to have negative 1 or positive 6. Can we have negative answers in distances? No. So the answer is going to be 6. 6 units is x. All right, we have 4 more. Let's see if we can bust through it. Last page, everybody. Which of the following is equivalent to this? Well, I'm going to just have to multiply this out. So I know that I have x plus y times x plus y times x plus y. I write this out. The next step I have to do is I could multiply these, and I know I'm going to get x squared plus 2xy plus y squared. And I still have this x plus y. Now, if I multiply this again, I would get the following, meaning I'm going to multiply this and I'm going to get x cubed plus 2x squared y plus xy squared. Then I get, if I multiply the y, I'm going to get x squared times y, because I'm doing each one now, plus 2xy squared plus y cubed. And if I add these up, I get x cubed plus 3x squared y plus 3xy squared plus y cubed. And now it's just a matter of putting them in order. Hey, look, I'm going to have this x cubed, y cubed. So I have x cubed plus y cubed. So I cross this off. I'm like, hey, I'm done with you. And now it looks like I could factor this out. What if we're going to add, I could factor a 3xy out, and I'm left with an x, and I'm left with a y, x plus y. And the only one that has x plus y right here is b right here. All right, let's go on. Which of the following is equivalent to 4xy? So this one was a little snag. I actually did like an error or two. So basically, if we remember this, we could actually do these out in order. I'm going to tell you that the answer is the following and then explain. The answer is going to be B. Let's explain why. So x plus y is going to be x squared plus 2xy plus y squared. And then x minus y is going to be x squared minus 2xy plus y squared. Now, if we say, hey, I want you to minus, that means these are going to cancel out and these are going to cancel out. And this negative becomes positive. Now I'm left with 4xy. Now, if you don't get it right away, you just have to do each one and figure out and do each and every step. All right, next up, 2 questions left. What is the remainder when it's divided? Well, I like synthetic division, so I'm going to do negative 3. I'm going to plug this in. I'm going to have negative 3. it's going to go into this right here. So I'm going to write it this out. I have 1, negative 2, 5, and negative 4. So I'm going to bring it down and then multiply. Bring down the 1, multiply, negative 3. Bring down the negative 2, multiply. Bring down the 4, multiply. Bring down the negative 7, and multiply. And bring down the 17. Here's your remainder. That's it. Okay, if x plus 1 is a factor, find the remaining factors of the polynomial. All right, well, on this one, it's actually supposed to be, this is an error. It's actually supposed to be x cubed minus 6x squared plus 11x minus 6, because I was like going through and I was like, I can't get it. What's going on? So if I actually divide, well, do I do division or synthetic? I'll do synthetic. So I know I need 1. And so I'm going to get cubed, the squared, the x by itself, and negative 6. So I bring down the 1, 1 times 1, negative, I'm going to get negative 5 times 1. I get 6 times 1, and I have 0. So I should have 6 plus negative 5x plus x squared. So here's this. Now, can I factor this? So I have a 6, and I need negative 5. Well, that's going to be 6 minus 1, which would be x plus 6 and x minus 1. That's not there, so yeah, we're done. All right, guys. Thank you very much. Hey, wait a second here. I'm going to hold up for a second, make sure I got that last part. Hey, wait a second. 6 times negative 1 ain't negative ain't no positive. Hey, erase this. Hey, wait a second. I'm going to want negative 2 and negative 3, or one of them is going to be negative. Well, actually, both of them, negative 3 and negative 2. There we go. Negative 3 plus negative 2 is negative 5, and negative 3 times negative 3 is that. There we go. X minus 3, x minus 2, and so now I can check. There we go. X minus 2 and x minus 3. Yeah, I was going off for a second. I was like, wait a second, that doesn't look right. All right, guys. That's our Module 3 review. And I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in class.